Hi, and welcome to our final episode of Dungeon World Oldtown. Dun dun dun. um, we're missing two players right now, so we're just gonna do pre-show stuff, and hopefully they show up at some point. Hey, look, you guys are in the right spots. I'm super excited about that. You can't. There'll be a bit of a delay, but then you can see it on stream, and then you can get hyped.
Where do I
So,
put my... Oh, go ahead.
oh, what were you saying?
Never mind. I figured it out.
Okay. So, like I said, this is our last episode, the finale, the big finish to this relatively short campaign that I've had a lot of fun playing. Right now, we have two people hanging out here with us. We've got Hazel right over here. Hey, Hazel, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. And down in the corner, we have Docs. Docs, thanks for being on time. I appreciate that. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So, if this were like a TV show, we'd probably get one of those previously on Dungeon World Oldtown, and we'd get a couple flashes of Hazel's old character Olivia getting surrounded
Brutally
by
murdered.
what's that?
Getting brutally murdered.
I was gonna just say getting wrapped up in vines and then like yanked down into the earth, and then we'd see her standing before death.
I don't think she got killed by the vines. I think she got killed by some type of energy blast.
Well, we'd see the witch blasting you getting yanked down into the earth, and a properly dramatic fashion, because it doesn't really matter, because she's dead.
I can imagine her saying no, and Axiom going no, while he's just kind of on the ground over there. He get kind of just lightly tossed aside by tentacles.
We would see a couple of flashes of a really hideous looking witch with her eyes gouged out, and they're just kind of leaking black ichorous blood. And we would see a scene of Olivia standing before the gates of death and walking through them, and then them closing behind her, and then we would get like the title music.
So far, this party has had the worst luck with death rolls.
Well, they're meant to be very difficult, so it doesn't surprise me.
Well,
Oops.
I still think we're like below average.
I
Because
mean,
we've had, what, 3 deaths, and none of them have had a save?
2 deaths.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance that it ended up the way it did.
Because Z left voluntarily. She didn't die.
Oh, right, and I'm thinking of the wrong campaign for...
Oh.
Okay, yeah, definitely thinking of the wrong campaign. I die in every campaign.
Well, maybe you need to reassess your player strategy. Okay, so it's a little awkward to get started missing 2 of our key players. Esley, Zed, and Axiom are all engaged in this fight with this witch character, which Axiom started, but she's evil, so I'll let it slide. But Mary, why don't you introduce yourself? So, like, your name's Mary.
Yeah, my character's name is Mary.
Let me just... Sorry, I just need to interject in my defense first. I knew the witch was evil before I attacked her.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I just started a fight and then found out that she was evil. Just wanted to say that.
That is what I meant. I was, it's fine. All right, Mary, take it away.
Mary is the witch's daughter, or whatever. Is it a witch? I don't know if it's a witch. Mary would know probably if she's a witch or what manner of thing she is.
Witch works. That's fine. She's more like a dark sorceress, but it's fine.
Okay. So I guess I describe her appearance and stuff?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna go and pull up your character sheet so chat can see.
She has eager eyes, wild hair, scarred skin, and a lithe body. She's young. She's probably like 15 or 16. She's got like a sword and shield, which are both made out of bone. The shield would be like strips of bone with like a metal wrap, sort of like the little Viking. I guess they don't have that. Is that? Am I making that up? Isn't there a thing where there's some type of shields are like strips of wood and a metal band around them?
I know there's barrels like that.
I think that's a
Is she
type of
actually just holding a barrel lid?
A bow
No.
barrel lid.
Hey, you got to work with what you got. Some places don't have trees; they do have large animals they can murder. Or people.
How would
You
that
know what
work?
could be cool is if your shield was actually made out of like the shoulder blade bone of a very large animal.
That could be the case. Um, hmm. I guess we'll say that the shield is bone, but it's a small shield. It's kind of like a buckler. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's like
sure.
it's like that big.
The
Oh,
bones of anyone special?
Sith
Um,
Master said that they might be Viking round shields but they have like they might have metal bars on the end. So maybe you can look that up and see if that's it. Thanks, Sith Master. I'm not super familiar with like shields, so.
Yeah, some of these are like. Oh, here's one. So this one that I'm looking at now is like a bunch of strips and then two sideways strips on the back of it that the little handles are mounted to.
Okay.
Wait, I don't think this. That's not legit though. This person doesn't actually know
You
how
know
shields
what?
work.
It doesn't have to be real.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, here's a good example. I don't know
super
why it's
important.
probably necessary to like have this much detail,
This
but
is super important.
that's how it is. It's like a little ring of metal, and that like going all the way around the edge,
Oh, okay.
and that holds the strips together.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
So-
pretty shield.
Now that that's resolved,
Oh, did you like link
Now
it?
imagine it out of bone.
Where did you
And-
link it?
I linked it in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I was looking at other stuff.
Also, you started going robotic.
Me?
Oh, dang it! Probably me.
No, Hazel.
Okay.
Yeah. And the sword is kind of like, because it's a fighter sword, so it has to be special looking. You can't just have like a sword. Fighters have to have like a special, what is it called? Signature weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is a sword, and it's serrated and sharp. And it has a sinister look on account of it being made of like serrated bone and stuff. Oh yeah, I guess she's wearing scale mail, which is probably relevant.
Okay.
That's pretty much how she looks. Should I like say her stats and stuff, or
I have them up on the screen, so you don't really need to say them. I do have a question for you, though.
What's that?
How did Mary become such a good person, being raised by an evil sorceress?
How? I'm not sure that there's a how. Like the witch just tried to teach her evil, and it just didn't really take.
Okay.
I don't know. There's not really like a
She's in a rebellious phase.
special thing that happened that caused
She'll
it to
eventually
happen.
come around to the darkness.
Hey, Buhamut.
I mean, probably it didn't help that the witch was like kind of abusive, and so that she didn't really feel particularly compelled to go along with her ideology.
That seems legit, Robot Hazel.
I could try to talk in the Discord if you think that might help.
We could try it. Let me pop over there.
So
I'll
I'll mute my.
I'll just go into general and then I'll mute myself, so that way there's not a double echo or whatever. I just have to.
Testing.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hello?
I can't hear anyone.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear
Michelle?
me?
I can hear you, Hazel.
Okay.
Negative. I heard you from the other room. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you
technical
can't hear
issues.
us saying that we hear you, but
Thumbs up. Oh goodness.
I passed it along.
I wonder if maybe we
See if
should
this
just
works.
move to
Yeah.
Discord for audio
Well,
and
my
then.
sound is working because that message came through. It was super loud.
Hmm. Yep, stream can hear us good. It's just that Buhamut can't hear us.
Is there any way I can show video in Roll20 while still doing Discord for audio?
Yeah, you can just mute your audio in Roll20 and unmute it in Discord.
if you mouse over the top of the little picture of yourself, it'll show you a
Yeah.
mute button.
It'll be like a little speaker and then you just click it. Yeah. So maybe we'll just
I
do
am in
that.
Discord.
Hey Bahamut, can you hear me?
I think you need to mute yourself, Michelle. in Roll20.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I still don't think he can hear me though. Yeah, he's gonna be in Caitlin's spot until Caitlin gets here. Caitlin, my bad. I'll just like draw an arrow or something. I don't know.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you fine.
All right. Discord saved the day.
Can Bahamut hear us?
It doesn't sound
Negative. I can neither hear Discord nor Roll20. I am completely deaf.
Huh.
It was working before.
Do you have some type of? Well, he can't hear me.
Just pass it along to me and I can yell it to him. I just hope I don't key up when I'm yelling to the other room.
Oh gosh.
Here we go. You should ask him. Like, it might be a speaker issue. Like, could his speakers have come unplugged or something like that, or his headphones?
Well, he said he heard the text sounds from Roll20 loud and clear.
Oh, but if they came
Oh.
partially unplugged, because they're on different channels, that could do it. Because that happened to me the other day. Where I just had to make sure it was, like, I had to unplug it and plug it back in and it was fine. Because, like,
Yeah, but he just got home and started everything up all at once.
that doesn't mean he didn't necessarily tug on a cord and pull something slightly loose. So I would suggest...
I see the problem.
Oh.
The audio is going to one of my other audio out devices, and I don't know why.
Of course it is.
Let me just restart the...
Well, we'll get this figured out. In the meantime, anything else you want to tell us about Mary, Hazel?
Not really.
Do you have any cool moves, or is it just like you have a signature weapon and stuff?
Oh, she's level 1. At level 1, her signature moves are bend bars, lift gates. Bend bars makes it, or that one makes it so that you can use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle by rolling strength, and then you can on 10 plus choose 3, on 9 plus 2 choose 2 out of. It doesn't take very long. Nothing of value is damaged. It doesn't make a lot of noise, and you can fix the thing again without a lot of effort. So that's that move, and I also have armored, which lets me ignore the clumsy tag on armor that I wear.
Oh, that's good.
My alignment is defend those weaker than you under good. I'm a human. Once per battle, I can reroll a single damage roll, yours or someone else's. I think that's about it,
Okay.
probably.
Bahamut, is everything working now? Okay.
Still no audio.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can't hear me, so I should probably take
Okay,
that.
wait. Okay, so if it's going to the wrong output, it needs to go to the settings under the little gear by your name, and then voice, and it lets you pick your input and output devices there. Which you can't hear any of.
No. Thank you,
Um,
Tiger Claw Bear Paw, for the follow. Looks like Docs went to go help Buhamut with his issues.
Okay. I don't. I've already tried receiving nothing and disabling it, and then you go back to enable, and I'm still nothing. Let me plug it so you can hear it.
Well, if the last episode went off without
And
a hitch,
anytime that
it wouldn't
somebody
be my
does
stream.
a roll or something, I still hear the bloop noise. So that's coming through audio.
um,
Alright, so I'm going to give Buhamut a quick mute. And so it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And, Barry, I have a question for you. Because I asked how you didn't turn evil, and you said you just didn't, and that's fine. But why are you still here then?
can't really leave very effectively when your mother is a powerful sorceress. She'll just find you.
That's fair. So you've been staying out of fear. You've been kind
Yeah.
of like this unofficial prisoner, because she
Yeah,
still wants
basically.
you to join her in the dark side or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably the case that she's tried to escape before with not very much success.
Okay. So it's like it's 3 in the morning, and you wake up in a cold sweat. Your room's dark, but you can see light outside of your window. What do you do?
I look out the window, I guess.
Okay, so you get up out of your bed, and I assume you don't sleep in your armor, so that's
No.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And so you get out of your bed and you head over to the window and you look out, and you can see sort of the remains of a campfire. It's burning lower now, but you see like it's not completely burnt out, but it's not super bright anymore. But you can also see like the shadows of all these vines. You also see the figure of your mother, and now that you can see her like her body, you can almost hear her laughter, her raspy hoarse laughter, and she looks like she's engaged in combat with something. You can see like metal catching the light.
I mean, I guess that's probably the best from her perspective, if somebody else is going to help, that's probably the best opportunity that she has.
To get
So-
out of here, right?
Yeah. So I guess I don't know how she has gotten this armor. Like, the gear moves say that I have armor, but I don't know how. Maybe, like, there was somebody that the mom had captured as a prisoner, or, like, that she often takes prisoners or something like that, and Mary was able to, like, stock away the armor at some point without her noticing,
Okay, sure.
I guess.
I mean, I think it's also possible that because she wanted to get into your good graces, she gave you the armor as like a gift.
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah.
Like, here, have some evil looking armor. And that would be actually
Yeah,
kind of hilarious
that
that
could
it's
be.
just like there's skulls on it and spikes.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Okay, so she gave you the armor because she wanted you to like join her, and just so it was like a token of good faith, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, mom,
like
thanks.
trying the carrot instead of the stick for once. Not that it really made any difference.
No. Oh. Were you saying something, Docs?
Sorry. I found a solution to make it so that Buhamut can hear. I took one of my speakers and put it out in the kitchen, pointed it towards the direction of his room, and said it louder.
Okay.
I guess it'll work.
It is the most hackish way of doing anything.
Oh gosh.
So, can you
Everyone's
hear us?
echoing.
Yeah, the
How
entire
about-
apartment is filled with the sounds of conversation and
Um,
discord.
You gotta mute yourself in roll 20 because we're hearing you twice.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
All right, should be.
Yeah,
Oh, that's much better.
yeah. So if it works, then that's cool.
All right, that'll work.
Docs told me to join Discord, so I did.
Yeah, we were having some audio issues through Roll20.
All technical difficulties are now fixed.
Well, you say fixed. I
Probably.
say fixed. Okay, so Mary, your mom is engaged in combat with some unknown opponents. What do you do?
I would, I guess, grab my armor and shield and sword and go outside. I don't know if she'll immediately start attacking her mom without seeing who it is that she's fighting. But
That's
she'll
fair.
at least walk outside and see what's going on and be prepared to get involved in one way or another.
Okay. So, Zed, you haven't been here. You weren't here the last session, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to give you a brief recap. Olivia's dead. Olivia was able to enchant Axiom's halberd, so he was able to destroy the enchanted evil sword. Olivia collected the pieces. You guys escaped the forest and made it to the tower. You decided to camp outside the front door of the tower and enter in the morning. And were woken up in the middle of the night by a witch who was all excited about adventurers. Axiom was able to detect that she was evil and promptly engaged her in combat. And unfortunately, this resulted in Olivia's untimely demise. So there is a sorceress. Both of her eyes have been gouged out by a rapier. Black ichorous blood is dripping down her face. She is still cackling as if this is the most hilarious thing that she has ever seen.
Scene?
Well, it was certainly the
Ha!
last.
Yeah. Ever experienced. And the ground is still broken up by these writhing black vines that I think have currently ensnared Axiom and have dragged Olivia down into the earth. There's just like a void. I think you were ensnared though, or did you just break free? I don't remember. This was months ago.
At one point I was ensnared, but right before Olivia was killed, I was told that the vines had literally thrown me to the side. In order for her to get...
I think I remember what happened. You could get out, but you had to leave your weapon behind. It was a partial success.
I think, yeah, that sounds familiar. Because
I
I was
forgot
wondering
about
if I
that
also
one.
left my weapon behind as one of my partial successes, and instead I took damage.
Which is a shame, because I didn't know you were that low on health. I'm not trying to kill you guys, it just keeps happening.
No, that wasn't what killed me. That just did a little bit of damage, and then she did an energy blast that rolled really high and did 13 damage in a hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So anyway, Zed, that's the situation. You see Axiom, he is unarmed, but he is free of the vines. You see Estelise, she is standing next to the sorceress. Her blade is covered in this black ichorous blood. She's stabbed out both of her eyes, but it doesn't seem to have phased whatever creature this is too much. And Olivia's gone. What do you do?
So there is another party member with us that I do not
She's
know.
not. She is not yet present.
Oh, all right.
yeah.
She's in the tower somewhere, and you don't know that she exists.
So the only two people who are actually present are Self.
Technically, Estelise is, but I mean, she's not being controlled by a player right now, so I'm not going to have her do much. I mean, she'll do like background stuff, but she's not going to be able to make moves right now.
Like she may fence with the lady, but nobody really gets any success as a result.
Right.
So we're currently engaged in combat with a.
What we've found out about her so far through fighting her is that she has a bunch of armor. And
her
mostly attacks with magic.
Her skin seems a lot thicker than it ought to be.
All right. Who is near the switch?
Estelise
Anybody
is.
Is that?
Estelise is near the witch.
All right then. Stops me from being able to do a fireball.
I mean, could you do a fireball past the witch and like hit her with the edge of the explosion?
One thing I would like to say is you can yell for Estelise to run out of the way. And then all you'd have to do is make a defy danger roll prior to using your fireball spell. With the danger being that Estelise could get caught in the blast.
All right. That sounds like a possibility.
I'm not going to
I
kill
suppose.
Katie Lynn's character while she's not here, unless she doesn't show up for this session, and then it's fair game.
Well, this is our final session, right?
That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
it's fair game.
All right. So I suppose Zed will call out to Estelise. And I'll probably point. I'll say, Estelise, go that way, so that the witch cannot see, because...
she can't see anyway, yeah.
Right, so I don't want to, like, let the witch know that there's about to be a fireball heading for her.
I'm
That's fair.
pretty sure this witch can still see, even without eyes.
You have any proof of that?
Just from the way she was acting ever since her eyes are gouged out, it doesn't seem like it slowed her down in the least. She
Yeah,
still was able to like see Olivia on the other side of the field and like shoot with pinpoint accuracy and energy blast.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I suppose I'll just call out a normal warning to Estelise then, to get out of the way. And what do I need to roll in order to do a defy danger then,
Let's
in
see.
Estelise's stead?
Charisma?
I don't think charisma really works because I think she would be fairly convinced to get out of the way. I think it's a timing thing. So why don't you defy danger with your intelligence?
All right.
Okay. So that is... I'm going to pull up the basic moves because I have to refamiliarize myself with it. Worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. I think what happens is that Estelise goes to run, but she doesn't see one of the vines that's in the way and she trips and falls on it. And you can still cast your spell, but there is still going to be a risk that she will get caught in the blast.
She'll be fine. She hit the deck.
Duck and cover.
I
Most
mean,
of the time, people yell, "Get down!" Anyway, she just did. It's all
yeah,
good.
I mean, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just letting you know what the situation is.
Well, I called out. Now the fireball is going to happen.
Okay. Don't forget about your component pouch, which you may use to add a +1 to your cast a spell action.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm
If
a
it
nice
wasn't
GM.
you, I'd have forgotten about that thing so long ago. Yes, it sounds like a fantastic idea.
I mean, you're the one who talked me into making that for you. You may as well use it, right? So go
Now I
ahead and
have to
just...
try to remember where it is. Ah, there it is.
Yeah. So if you want to just like we'll just remember that there's a +1 to your roll,
Okay.
and then you
I
can just
will
roll
reduce
plus
the
intelligence
uses,
to cast a spell.
and I think I'm just doing an intelligence roll for this.
Yes. Nice.
Is it an even-numbered campaign?
What's that? Oh, it is
The campaign.
episode 8, so
Even or not?
you should be good. Okay, so it happens as you say. Whoever gets hit by it gets hit by it, and you are able to avoid Esteli's. So why don't you go ahead and roll your damage and tell me some of the tags or effects that are listed in your spell, because I don't have it open.
Let's see here. The description for Fireball reads as, "We evoke a mighty ball of flame that envelops your target and everyone nearby, inflicting 2d6 damage which ignores armor."
Okay, go and roll your damage. Okay.
Heaven and hell.
A completely average roll.
Pretty much, yeah. So you send this. What does it look like when you cast a fireball spell? Because we haven't seen that before.
You should have seen it one other time, but
Well, it's been a
digress.
while, so why don't you describe it for us again?
Well, of course, Zed does his magic circle in the air, which then protrudes I don't know, maybe a soccer ball-sized ball of flame, blue flame, which then streaks across the clearing and hits the witch.
Okay. So this
It does
this
erupt in an
blue
area.
flame envelops this sorceress. You can see it catch fire to her hair. Her skin starts to blacken and flake. And she's still laughing even as she collapses, immolating on the ground. Axiom, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh no, I just forgot to key up. I was gonna say I charge over and punch her in the face.
Okay. Roll to defy danger, because she's still on fire.
Okay. Let's see.
Probably Constitution. Mark XP. Roll 1d6 and take that much damage as you punch her in her lifeless face.
Do I get to reduce it with armor?
No, it ignores armor because his fireball ignores armor.
Oh, this isn't his fireball. It's remaining fire.
I mean, I think in
1d6.
general,
Actually, 1d6 seems harsh. 1d4. Well, you can re-roll that. Roll 1d4 because 1d6 is too harsh.
Well, it's only going to get better from here.
Or the same. Well,
Figures. It's Axiom.
yeah, I know. It's any character that Dox plays. So, yeah, you punch her in her lifeless face, your hand catches fire, you're able to shake it out, but your metal gauntlet and whatever got really hot, and so your hand is a little bit blistered. You're not impaired by that, but, you know, it hurts.
Wait, lifeless? She's actually already dead?
Yeah, she was dead when you ran
Why
away.
do all my characters punch dead people?
Just want to make sure they don't stand back up again.
I suppose it's a good practice for a paladin.
Mary, you were running downstairs
yeah,
to try to get it out.
I was gonna say that probably at this moment is probably when she like kicks the door open, and like
Runs out in her evil-looking armor. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Take it away.
So a small girl kicks the door open. She's wearing like kind of blood-stained bony armor and carrying a serrated bone sword. and also a shield made out of bone, which we had a long discussion about before Ramen got here, but that's not really relevant. Um, so she probably immediately takes in the fact that neither of the people who are still standing are her mother, or none of the three people who are still standing are her mother.
One of them's on the ground with a scorched bottom.
Yeah, in
Scorched
front of the
bottom.
doorway, you see a smoldering corpse. It's smoldering with blue flame. Um,
No, I was talking about Estelise.
oh.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Eslise has also been, she's on the ground, but she's not burnt.
I prefer to think that her pants are on fire.
So I'm just assuming that when the door gets kicked open, Zed would probably turn to her and go, "Identify yourself."
Is she dead?
Well, upon seeing the person in bone armor who just burst through the door after murdering the witch, I suppose I would run and jump over to grab my weapon again.
Okay. Why don't you
also
roll to defy danger with your strength to see if you can wrest it free from the vines?
The magic vines are still there.
Yeah. I mean,
So, interesting question. Does that mean it's still enchanted?
Apparently, we have now set a precedent. Spells last after death. My weapon is permanently enchanted now.
well, technically, that was a concentration spell.
True.
And the vines weren't. This witch has access to some good stuff.
You are able to pull your halberd free from the vines without getting tangled or sustaining any sort of damage. You turn around towards the doorway. You see a small
Yeah.
figure in bone armor with a bone sword and a bone shield. The armor looks fearsome. What do you do?
Take a
Yeah,
stance.
so Zed has asked me to identify myself, but I've just asked, is she dead? And pointed at the dead witch with my sword.
At which point, I suppose Zed would honestly answer. We do believe that the witch is dead, yes?
I should be. I didn't feel much resistance punching it.
Docs, just so you are aware too, because I'm listening through your speakers, I'm not hearing you. So when you talk, just could you speak up a little bit?
This is perfect. This is how I wanted this to end.
I'm looking through settings too. I'm trying to find out what the hell's going on because it worked before every other time. Changed. But
I think you're muted, Doc.
I think
I was yelling into the
Yeah.
other room, so I
Okay,
wasn't keying
gotcha.
up.
that's what I
Um,
figured was happening.
Honestly, like, if Zed had asked me that question, I would have told him. But since it's this evil-looking lady in bone armor, I'm going to instead, like, just point my weapon at her. And just not really talk. Axiom's not really that talkative, honestly.
Axiom, I do want to remind you that you have a special gift from your goddess. Your human racial move.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
In this situation, there's no reason why he would need to use it.
Okay.
Like, I know
I'm-
that would solve this situation perfectly. I just don't think he would do it.
I mean, that's fine, and that's fair, and I'm glad that this misunderstanding is happening because it's interesting. I just wanted to remind you that it was available in case he would use it.
I know, and I'm like desperately searching through my mind to see like at what point would he like do it. But like, it's okay. This is metagaming a little, but Mary hasn't let on anything.
No, that's totally fair. She hasn't.
Yeah, that is fair.
So, what do you all do? You have Mary standing in the doorway. Um,
Right. She had
as
just asked a question as to whether or not the witch was dead.
yes.
Does Zed actually believe the witch to be dead? Did I see conclusive evidence of her crumpling and whatnot? And believe that
She's still burning. She's not moving anymore.
Did Zed see any like real reaction when she was being pummeled by Axiom?
No.
So, I suppose Zed would honestly answer Mary's question and say, well, she took a direct blast of wizard's fire. She should be.
Well, that's kind of a letdown.
At this point, thanks. Thanks. I was really looking for a good or evil here, and the first words were, "Oh, that's a letdown."
So she sheathes her sword and starts walking over towards them.
Okay, you pulled it out.
You're not gonna get murdered just yet.
It was kind of a disappointed, like, I don't know. Like, I guess,
dang
yeah.
it."
I know I can see where your character's coming from,
Yeah.
but like,
Oh, this is fun.
So, when Mary says that she was a little bit disappointed, I probably would ask, "What were you hunting a bounty of some sort?"
she came out of the same tower as the witch.
I'm her daughter, but I kind of wanted to do it myself, to be honest. Now all this training is for nothing.
Oh, I don't know how Zed would react to that. Because, like, on the one hand, this is the witch's daughter who's, clearly out for vengeance. But on the other hand, now this is somebody who he could perhaps teach magic to.
Okay, at this point, Axiom would probably pray for guidance and say, "What here is evil?"
Okay. There is an evil radiating from the vines. They are starting to move with less force. And you can also see, like, as you look at them, the evil is starting to fade from them. There's no lingering evil from the witch. In fact, if you look over at her, actually no, because she's on fire, so that would just be burnt away, so you wouldn't see that. But as you look towards the tower, you can see Mary as this almost like this silhouette where, like, you can see this evil pulsing from the tower now that the door's been opened, and it's just like surrounding her, but she's not evil at all. It's almost like she's being silhouetted by this like this sheet of evil.
Okay, at this point, Axiom would break his stance, slowly lower his weapon, stand up. He was kind of like hunched forward at the time. He basically like loosens up and raises his weapon.
Mary's going to walk over to the witch's corpse.
Okay.
Unless somebody stops her. And just, like, cut off her head.
Okay. You cut off the
'Cause,
witch's head. It's not difficult.
She's magic, so it can't hurt to be sure.
Now that she's on fire, your sword of bone actually goes through her crackling skin like it was brittle paper. It's actually very easy to cut off her head.
Okay.
Huh, we had a much tougher time with that.
Oh, it's just really sharp. Which it is.
So you're standing in
Alright.
front of this tower. I'm actually going to, I have a little screen that Just chat's looking at. And I didn't prepare a map, but I did prepare
Oh, fancy.
some mood pictures.
Mood pictures, I like.
So you're standing in front of this tower. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. You all are fairly tired, but there's this evil radiating from inside this tower. You know from the fact that this witch was inside that there's probably something going on here. And now you have someone that you could potentially question about the goings on. What do you do?
So wait,
I suppose Zed would come straight out and ask, well, first off, what Mary's name is. Haven't been introduced. So,
It's-
came out to
yeah.
get off the head and everything, and I'd probably be like, well, child, what's your name?
It's Mary. Who are you guys?
Mary, I am Zed Ral, Wizard of the First Order.
Estelies probably raises her hand and says, I'm the renowned hero Estelies. And that's Sir Gallant Pickles. Pointing to her horse.
Axiom, Paladin of Avel. Totally didn't have to look at my notes there.
You might want to fix your camera, Docs. It's a little askew.
Yeah, moving around the speakers ended up moving everything.
Oh,
One
I don't
second
know
while
if you
trying
can...
to not unplug anything.
Yeah, that's fine. You might want to just... Yeah, that'll be better. That's good.
I don't have to fix my camera.
That's because you don't have one.
I know, I'm a cheap bug.
Okay, so introductions have been made. Now what?
All right. So Zed's probably going to ask Mary, you know much about this tower? You say that you've done a lot of training for witch hunting, and she lived in it.
Mary consults her brain to find out whether she knows anything about what's in the town.
You don't need to spout lore for this because you lived here. What you know is that you've lived here all of your life. You don't know who your father is. You know, obviously, who your mother was. And you know that there's something important within this tower, but that the timing was never right as far as to when to unleash it. But your mother was a sort of guardian, and normally that these, like from what she's told you when she's tried to teach you and bring you over to her side, that normally these types of towers with these special wells inside have guardians. You know that they unlock the way to the Shadowlands, though what the Shadowlands are, you don't know.
Okay. Do I know if if she was the only guardian?
You know she was not.
Okay.
You were permitted to be on the ground floor and the first level. You were not permitted to venture higher, and she told you that there were powerful spells warding the higher levels and the basement. Would you have ever tried to go into them anyway?
Probably not. She's probably kind of afraid of magic.
Okay, that's fair. So you were able to relay as much of that or all of that to
Yeah,
these...
she'll say all of that
Okay.
to them.
So that is what you learned from Mary.
All right. I do apologize. I was your other settings. Did she say that she had explored to the deepest levels, or was there?
No, I'd only been on the ground floor and the first floor,
Okay.
or the second floor, depending on whether you're from the UK or the United States.
Well, then, in that case, I suggest that now is an opportune time to go explore the deepest levels of the tower.
And
There's
burn
a
it to the
great-
ground.
I'm sorry, Doc. What was that? Well, if we could be sure that that would cleanse it, then yeah, probably.
Oh, and just so you know, people in Twitch chat, they can't see this yet. That's a picture that they'll get to see later. The door stands open before you, but you are all tired. None of you slept the whole night through. What do you do?
Could we perhaps explore the tower tomorrow?
I don't think Axiom's really in any rush. It's been like 2 weeks.
I'm going to reload roll 20. Give me a second.
Okay.
Man, I've been out of this too long. I'm not honestly sure. I think Axiom would probably want the extra time to prepare,
Okay. I think that's fair.
especially after that. Like, there's a lot of super powerful enemies we keep on fighting one after another. And if what I'm led to believe is correct, then there's another one waiting in that basement.
Okay, so if you would all like to camp for the evening or for the rest of it, you already performed your make a camp action, so I'm not going to have you do it again. Except
When
like
was
it
the last
got
time that you had done that?
interrupted. So let me pull up. I think it's is it basic? I think it's special moves. Okay, so you took watch. You got Axiom got a 7 to 9 on his watch. Who is going to take the last two watches? Because I know Axiom had a watch, and I think
Olivia took the first watch,
that's
if
right.
I remember correctly.
I assume you're going to take final two watches.
I can take. I don't remember. I don't know what the wizard has to do. I think I just need 1 hour. So I could take, like, middle watch. A little bit of time during that watch if there's nothing else. If that's possible. Or I could do it during sleep time and just get 7. Or however we're doing it.
It's up to you guys. I'm pretty sure that mechanically you won't be penalized for taking a watch, Zed.
Alright, so I could take mid watch. Am I going to be able to level up?
Yeah, you're making camp, so at the end of camp you can all level up. Well, I say all. Anyone who has a level can level up.
Oh, yeah. I made plenty of mistakes.
Mary's gonna say, "Do you mind if I stay out here with you guys? I don't know what backup protections may have been unleashed by the death of my mother, or if that's a thing.
You would
I would
know.
prefer to not be in the tower alone."
You would know, Mary, that the reason why you were allowed to remain there, even though you didn't ascribe to the same sort of beliefs and whatever, was because of your mother's protection. So it would certainly be dangerous for you to re-enter the tower.
Right. Okay.
Well, you believe it would be dangerous. This is all things that she's told you, but she's kept you, like, kind of sheltered from it.
How do I level up again?
Well, you guys have to spend the whole night first, and then we'll go through the level up action.
Okay.
So as long as you, let's see. Yeah, so we have someone taking med watch. We need someone to take the final watch. Estelise could do that, though with her not being here, it's kind of awkward. But that would probably be your safest bet. And I could just roll for her, I guess, if it came to that. Because you probably wouldn't trust Mary to take watch yet.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, even though we know she's not evil, it's not necessarily gonna let her watch you sleep.
Okay, so that seems fair. Where do you make camp?
Can we just, like, push a tree in front of the door to the tower and then just go to sleep?
You'd have to take time to find a fallen tree and then make sure it's big enough to actually block.
Oh, we would fall one.
Okay, so you'd have to take the time to fell a tree, make sure it's big enough to block the doorway. I mean...
Here's a question. Can I use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle to fell a tree?
I would have to take a look at the move.
Okay.
We're gonna need a lot of trees around this tower anyway, for Plan B.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm gonna look up the move while you guys decide what you're gonna do. Given that it's called bend bars and lift gates, I feel like a tree is outside of the realm of that move.
Wouldn't
That's
a tree
fine.
just be a really thick bar?
I
See,
mean-
the main thing is it probably doesn't count as an obstacle.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
don't
what
have
I'm
to go
thinking.
through the tree in order to go somewhere. I could just go around the tree.
Stop rolling
it's
with
just
it
sort of
so
like a
easily.
thing that
This is
exists.
awesome.
Okay, so I need you to decide what you're going to do for your watch and where you're going to take it. If you're going to camp in the same spot or try to hide your camp or...
I think we just move our camp just a little bit farther away from the tower so we're not literally right at the door.
Don't want to sleep next to the dead evil vines.
Well, like, as you are having this conversation, the vines are starting to recede back into the earth. It's as if the magic is fading.
Oh, when you said that, like, the evil was draining from them, I thought they were just becoming normal vine.
No.
Not actually.
So did you want to, like, search the area and find, like, a place that is not visible necessarily from the entryway of the tower and make camp there? Is that the plan?
Being able to watch the entryway of the tower would actually be a good thing, though.
So...
Just as far as...
What is more important to you? Finding a safe place to camp or being able to keep an eye on... Actually, you know what? Who's searching for this? Why don't you roll a discern realities?
Who is searching for this?
Probably not Mary.
I guess I'll... that's wisdom, isn't it?
It is wisdom.
Zed, what? 13?
Zed searches for the camp.
Okay, so Zed, apparently you are being elected to discern realities about the location in order to try to find a useful camp.
Alright.
Or actually, instead, I'm gonna just... Because discern realities doesn't quite fit it, so... I'm gonna have you defy danger with your wisdom, but you're not actually in danger. The danger is just more like Either you can find a suitable spot that does both, or you have to pick between the two, or you can't find a suitable spot.
All right. Would I be able to use intelligence instead of wisdom?
I think I'm gonna have to go with wisdom.
Okay, that's fair. There it is.
Okay, so you can either find a spot, like, you can't find a perfect spot that both hides you and lets you keep an eye on the entryway with perfect vision or whatever. You can find a spot that is further away so you don't have a clear vantage on it, but you are hidden. Or you have a spot that where you're not as hidden as you would like to be, but you are able to keep a clear eye on the doorway. Which do you choose?
I would say let's take the spot that's hidden. That way we don't have to worry too much about the doorway. We're going to explore the tower later. Something happens to escape during the night that just makes us safer. Tower.
Okay.
I would say let's not watch the doorway. We'll hide for ourselves.
Okay, so Zed looks around for a suitable campsite. He leads you not quite a quarter mile away from the tower. Axiom, it's not quite as clear of a line of sight to the doorway as you would like, but you are fairly hidden from view.
Let the camping begin.
Okay, so you all set up camp. The night passes uneventfully. And
Michelle, where was that spell that you had prepared for me? I thought that in Discord we had it.
what's that?
The
The
telekinesis
spell you
one?
had
Oh
prepared for
yeah,
me?
I have it's in Discord somewhere, I think.
Find it. No, it was in here before.
It's under character creation. Here, I can just resend it.
Oh, no, I found it.
Well, I just resent it.
I'm going to copy
Okay.
this in my spell book.
So,
Might.
you can all level up, and we're going to go through the basics of level up, and then while you guys are leveling up, we're going to take a break. Sound good? I'm going to assume it sounds good. Okay. When you have downtime and XP equal to or greater than your current level plus 7, you can level up. So, subtract your current level plus 7 from your XP. You want to increase your level by 1. During the break, or if you've already chosen one, choose a new advanced move from your class. If you're a wizard, you get to add a new spell to your spellbook. And then you choose one of your stats and increase it by 1. This may change your modifier or increase your HP or your load, and ability scores can't go higher than 18. So we are going to go ahead and go to our first break while Axiom and Zed level up. So let me go and put on the break screen. We'll be back in probably about 5 minutes, so stick around. More exciting Dungeon World action in just a little bit. See you then.